You guys said it was kind of a drop of intensity that kind of allowed Seattle to climb back into that game. What did you see the difference between that big run you had and then allowing them to come back into the game?
I just felt like, sometimes the tendency is, to lay your foot off the gas. And we just, there's 6 or 7, 8, maybe even 8 times we're in transition. We threw it away, unforced turnovers, gambles, risky plays rather than just being solid. And you're talking in games, 6 or 7 possessions could be, 12, 14 points, fouls, and, it was just, I always say you got to respect the game. I felt like we just, made a lot of unforced turnovers, careless plays that allowed Seattle U, and you got to give Seattle U a lot of credit. I mean, they kept coming back and stayed with it, and our guys allowed those plays to affect you defensively, and you just can't do that. You just can't do that in high level Division I.
You've talked about it before, how you guys maybe get a lead and let teams back into the game. Then is this a trend? Do you feel like?
I just feel like it's the old Del Taco commercials. Same place, same place, same thing, same thing. And I told the guys, I felt like after the Gonzaga, the second half, we had to use that as a way to build from that. And I thought there was some really good moments, and to be able to get 20 was a good thing. But, a couple substitutions, the guys played, and they just got careless, take a couple bad shots, and you do that against any good team that can score, that's what happens. And it's a fine line. I just didn't think that we executed in a lot of times in transition and then late in the game our poise. There's a different type of poise in a game like this than at Gonzaga. And felt like we rushed it, we panicked, and you never do well when you do that.
When it comes to the kind of the human nature piece of all this, Mike, is that disconcerting considering how veteran this team is?
They're veteran, but they've only been with us for about a year and a half. So it's not, it's, the year and a half with us, you're trying to get that ingrained in their mind of how we're going to play all the time. Listen, the guys, they did for the most part. They played well. We shared the ball in the first half. The bench came in the game. The ball moved. There was the play at the end where there was, Dom got charged with a 3-point call, and then I got the technical foul, and so instead of being a 13-point halftime lead, it ends up being 7. They have momentum going to the locker room. I thought that was a huge turning point in the game. Then we were able to come out, and I thought we executed. We got in transition. We got some easy baskets, and then we just got sloppy. That's just the bottom line, and have to do a lot better job. We have to have more respect than that in terms of the game and making extra passes and, not just throwing the ball all over the gym.
Was that a catalyst, did you think, the way that the team came out in the second half?
I don't think it was a catalyst. I was just, the game, to be a referee is so hard. The game is so fast. There's so many different angles. I just felt like the foul over there was the same type of contact, and so, it happens. I lost my composure. I apologized at halftime, I just want, every day, it doesn't matter who you're playing, doesn't matter if you're playing the Lakers. As a coach, you just want to play the right way for long periods of time. That's all you're trying to do. And we've proven that if we can do that, we can beat anybody, but we've also proven when it goes the other way, it's the same conversation I'm having in here. That, you got to respect the game. You got to, and, you got to try to get the ball. You can't be bored playing this way. You can't be bored with what's working because you haven't gotten a shot. You got to keep making sure you're attacking, where your best opportunities to score, because it's not your shot, it's our shot. And that's what we're trying to do every day.
Noah's wearing a pretty good-sized brace on his knee. How much impact is that having? And is that something where you're going to need to limit him in practice and give some time?
You know what? He's off and on. He gets in the swimming pool. Obviously, he had that the knee injury at the beginning of the year. It's one of those things that is going to be bothersome for him. But he's a tough kid. when they play him like that, even if he's out there, they front him, they three-quarter him, and we score a lot off of that. We skipped it. Matisse got the dunk on the baseline. Jamal Bay got an and one just off of a misdirection play because of Noah's post-up ability and the way the teams defend him. And so having him on the court is huge. But it's something that's going to be off and on, yeah.
All of the field goals in the second half came inside, in the paint, inside the key. What was working down low, and was that more things going right or just jump shots not falling?
Well, I think what were we, 0 for 9 from the three-point line second half? Is that what we were? 0 for 8. I mean, we got good-looking ones. I don't think we took any bad ones. And, the moral of the story, what did we make in the first half? 6 and 9. Okay, you make 2 or 3. It's a different game, and that's what this game is about. You got to get good shots. You got to score. You got to make them. But we wanted to be able to take the ball to the basket and, try to put some pressure on them and, get to the foul line. And, we're pretty good at it. Noah's really good down there. Jalen gets to the basket. Matisse had a great drive for a dunk. We just gotta make shots.
Mike, you talked about the sloppiness in transition with those one possessions going there in the second half. How did you feel about the way, did that affect the defense?
You know what? Sometimes what happens is, with kids and with players is they allow their offense to be in their head for the defensive end. And you got to be able to have a short-term memory in this game. And that's when you start thinking that way, you start thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about your team. And the one thing that we're trying to do is get these guys to think about each other for long periods of time. It's our shot, not your shot, sharing the ball. And for the most part, I thought we did a hell of a job in the first half. Ball was popping, found Dom. Noah got double teamed, kicked it out. And it was really good basketball. We got up 20. We got those steals we got in transition. Probably threw 3 or 4 away when you could have had 2, and you end up with nothing. Those were killers for us. And then we started just getting like the game was over. You can't have that. I got to coach better. They got to play better. You can't let missed shots and those things affect your defense.
He looked like Hamir had that looked right. He had a plus-minus of 15, even though he didn't even make a shot. Is that kind of an example of what you're talking about in terms of respecting the game?
He just plays the right way. Plus 15 in 13 minutes. And that's about, listen, he's a great defensive player. He plays the right way. He rebounds the ball. He blocks shots. That's why he plays. That's why we start him. He's a really good offensive player. I know his numbers don't show that, but he gave us a lot last year, and he's improving his shot. He's made some big foul shots in a couple of our games. But the thing I told this team is we've got a really good team. We've got a great bench, which showed the 20 points in the first half. They bring different dynamics. One's an attacker, one's a shooter. We got a big guy. Jamal came in and did well. And our starters are as good as anybody. So we've got the talent. We've got the pieces. Now, if it's about you, we're not going to be that good. If it's about us, we're going to be and can be great. And it's what we fight for every day. And for the most part, they've done it. They just have moments where they get away from what's working and the right thing.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with Brian?
Yeah, he'd hurt his lower leg, lower right leg, and he's going to be out for 6 weeks. Unfortunate. He was really getting better in practice, working really hard, and a great kid. He was really starting to boom, and in practices you start seeing some ways where he could really help us. And unfortunate for him, but we'll have him back in 6 to 8 weeks.
How will that impact your rotation? Ross,
Well, I think we were very close to putting him in the Zags game late. When we got in the foul trouble with the bigs. And it goes back to the confidence that I have, and he's been getting better. What I believe about early with veterans and late with, he's getting better. He's shown a lot of signs of progress. So unfortunately, timing-wise, it hurts, but it's get back in 6 weeks. We'll see how it is and see how he recovers. And some guys it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes It doesn't. But most important thing for him is his health. His long-term ability is going to be great here, and we don't want to rush anything.
How many times before the game from Ron Jones, you had to tweet about before the game? What did that mean to you?
Yeah, you know, Rod is a special person. I've been here for about a year and a half, and you know, academically did so much for our guys. Was on a lot of our road trips. He was there at Kansas when we played. We were at Kansas, and they were up. I think we were up 13, and they go on a 12-0 run and cut it to 1. And we call a timeout. I call a timeout, and we get in there, and I said, you know, guys, we're winning. You know, we're winning. And Rod just comes out. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna win this game. Like, he was just this guy that gave everything of himself for the school, for the student athlete. And every time you saw him, he was just a guy that always brought positive energy. Yeah, he was always a breath of fresh air. He was a great mentor for our guys, and he just did so many for so many people and loved this university. And, you know, he will be missed. And whenever you lose one of yours, you know, it hurts. He helped a lot of our guys in our program. And, you know, our thoughts and prayers are with him and, you know, his family.